Okay, so let's proceed with our second to the last topic for this particular chapter. So we have one-to-one function. So ano ba ang definition ng isang one-to-one function? So one-to-one function or a function f is called one-to-one function if it never takes the same value twice. So ibig sabihin, ang ating ordinate must always be different sa isa't isa. So, hindi pwedeng magkaparehas ang ating ordinates. Magkakaparehas lang yun kung magkaparehas ang ating abscissa or magkaparehas ang ating domain. So, f of x1 must never be equal to f of x2 whenever x1 is not equal to x2. So, meaning to say, if it happens that x1 is equal to x2, therefore, f of x1 must be equal to f of x2. So, paano natin malalaman kung 1-to-1 ang function o hindi? So, pwede tayong gumamit ng via Sharingan ulit. So, gamit ang ating horizontal line test. So, gamit ang ating Sharingan or Byakugan. So, a function is 1-to-1 if and only if no horizontal line intersects its graph more than once. So, sa ating vertical line test, kapag ka nag-touch ang isang graph ng isang beses, it is function. Kapag ka dalawa or higit pa, it is not a function. Similarly here, kapag ka sa horizontal line test, pag nag-touch ng isang beses lang, 1-to-1 ang function. Otherwise, it is not 1-to-1 function. So, consider the graphs as shown. So, as you can see, kapag nag-draw tayo ng isang horizontal line, nag-touch lang siya ng isang beses yung graph sa ating horizontal line. Similarly here, nag-touch ng isang beses sa ating horizontal line. And so with this, nag-touch ang ating graph sa ating horizontal line once. And therefore, those graphs are considered 1-to-1 function. How about these graphs? So this first graph here ay nag-touch ng 3 beses sa ating horizontal line. This graph touches our horizontal line twice, and so with the third one. These graphs are not 1-to-1 function. Sir, paano naman algebraically? So, babalikan lang natin yung ating definition. Mangyayari lang na equal yung dalawa kung ang x1 ay equal sa x2. So, from the definition, f is 1-to-1 if and only if x1 is equal to x2 for f of x sub 1 is equal to f of x sub 2. So, example number 1, y is equal to 2 minus 3x. So, meaning to say, kapag sinubstitute natin yung x1 sa x2, dapat equal ang x1 sa x2. So, let us try. So, for f of x1 must be equal to f of x2. So, remember, we can express this as a function of x. So, substituting that value, magkakaroon tayo ng 2 minus 3x1 be equal to 2 minus 3x2. So, that 2 cancels out. Matitira, negative 3x1 is equal to negative 3x2. So, if I'm going to divide this both by negative 3, matitira na lang sa atin ay x1 is equal to x2. Therefore, na-prove natin na itong y is equal to 2 minus 3x is a 1-to-1 function. Let us try to consider another one. For f of x is equal to square root of 2x plus 3. So, with this definition, f of x1 is equal to f of x2 if and only if x1 is equal to x2. So, substituting, this is 2x1 plus 3 must be equal to square root of 2x2 plus 3. So, to eliminate the radicals, ang gagawin ko ay i-erase ko siya both sides by squared. So, pag in-square ko to both, this becomes 2x1 plus 3, 2x2 plus 3. So, what happens if I am going to transpose that 3 on the right side? That cancels out. And what happens sa natira? This becomes 2x1 is equal to 2x2. Divide both sides by 2. Therefore, proves that x1 is equal to x2. Hence, f of x, which is equal to square root of 2x plus 3, is a one-to-one function. Then lastly, what if I have f of x is equal to 3 over 2x minus 3 minus 2? So, gagawin ko lang, substitute ko lang yung f of x1 must be equal to f of x2. That's 3 all over 2x1 minus 3. I forgot the minus 2, which is equal to 3 over 2x2 minus 3 minus 2. So again, what happens if I transpose this negative 2 on the right side of the equation? This becomes negative 2, transpose negative 2 becomes plus 2. And that negative 2 cancels out with that negative 2. So what is left is 3 over 2x1 minus 3 equals 3 over 2x2 minus 3. So, what happens if I divide both sides by 3? So, anong mangyayari pag dinivide ko siya both sides by 3? Or, multiply both sides by 1/3. That 3 there cancels out, the 3 there cancels out. So, what is left is 1 over 2x1 minus 3 equals 1 over 2x2 minus 3. Then, cross-multiplying, magiging 2x2 minus 3 equals 2x1 minus 3. Again, that cancels out if you transpose that negative 3 on the right side. And divide both sides by 2, x2 is equal to x1. And therefore, proves that f of x, which is equal to 3 over 2x minus 3 minus 2, is a one-to-one function.